coming in.
Yes, I have elevated bad cholesterol.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous because I have above 200 bad cholesterol.
I'd like to take a minute to get your medical history.
We have the grandfather. I remember when he died, the cardiologist said the heart gave out.
Got it.
And that he was 76.
Have you ever been told to have diabetes?
My GP just did a full blood test, and I have A1C. She said that I'm risk for diabetes. What's striking to me is that I exercise 3 times a week for an hour.
The goal here today with you, Dorie, is going to be able to provide a cardiovascular risk. You certainly have some aspects of your history that are concerning, namely your family history, but also your history of borderline diabetes, the high cholesterol, and these are our findings that or metrics that we feel are putting people at risk for developing heart disease. I'm going to check your blood pressure in both arms here, okay? 134 over 84.
And what's normal?
Normal blood pressure we say is less than 120 over 80. Deep breath. Okay. Sure enough, your total cholesterol is 235. We break the total cholesterol down into different components, and we look at what some people know as the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. The bad cholesterol is the LDL cholesterol, and this is a lipoprotein which gets into the vessel wall, and when it gets in the vessel wall, it causes inflammation. And then inflammatory process is what forms a plaque. Then we have the HDL cholesterol. This is the high density lipid. This is the good cholesterol. This is our friend. And we generally want this in a female to be more than 40, which you are. There are also triglycerides. This is the fat in the blood. Your triglycerides are normal. But as we go up, we look at your blood sugar. Your blood sugar was 65. This is normal. But we do have a marker that allows us to look at the blood sugar average over the past 3 months, and that's the hemoglobin A1C. If we can identify those characteristics that put you at risk, what are the modifiable risk factors that we can do to bring down that risk? Blood pressure control is very important. We want the blood pressure really to be less than 130 over 80. Diet is important for blood pressure. Salt, low salt diet. The next is cholesterol. And we just talked about cholesterol, the good and the bad cholesterol, and we're going to go through a risk score for you. Smoking. Smoking is #1 modifiable risk that we can do to prevent heart attacks and strokes. Weight. We don't necessarily focus on weight per se, but rather the body mass index, the BMI, which adjusts your weight for your height. Exercise. Exercise is a very important aspect of preventing heart disease. So the American Heart Association tells us that an individual should engage in at least 150 minutes per week of a moderate intensity exercise. Let's go ahead and plug your numbers in here. So what we do is we use a calculator set forth by the American College of Cardiology. So right now, your 10-year risk of developing a cardiovascular event, that's a non-fatal heart attack or a fatal stroke or a non-fatal stroke, is 2.8%.
Out of 100?
So that's, out of
So
100%.
is that good?
That's actually not bad. Right now, based on our current guidelines, you're not somebody that would qualify for being on a statin.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
For the moment, yes.
For the moment.
So I have mixed feelings about my visit. It's actually more positive than I thought. Even though I had bad LDL and numbers like that, given my family history, my diet, my exercise, no smoking, I'm doing pretty well, and I've got a 2% risk of heart disease. So that's great news, but I do have some things to focus on. I'll be focusing on my diet, no butter or less butter, reduce the amount of red meat, more fish, and continue my exercise and even add more to that during the week. So I look forward to working on that, and I'll be back in 3 months to see if I can affect those scores even further.